if I ever lost you. Hey everybody, The Last of Us Part 2, controversial game. We got some 1/6 scale figures. Cctoys have dropped an announcement. We got Ellie, and we have a Joel, and we have a Clicker, although it's third party, not officially licensed. So they've changed the names, and they've called it The Last Survivors Part 2 instead of The Last of Us Part 2. But you know who it's meant to be. Here's Ellie. She comes with 2 heads, shotgun, sniper rifle, bow and arrow, brick, flashlight, everything you could want. Here's Joel. He comes with a little bit less, but still a lot of good stuff. You got the photo of him and his daughter. You got the brick. You got a machete. You got a guitar. They both come with a guitar. If I ever lost you, poor old Joel. Oh, anyone up for some golf? No. Last of Us 2, controversial game. I personally thought it was great, man. Loved it. I gave it a 10 out of 10. Didn't bother me what they did to the characters. That world was harsh, and harsh stuff happens in a world like that, especially if you kill a hospital full of people. You know, that's going to catch up with you. One of those people's going to have a friend who wants revenge. Come on. Here's the Clicker. That looked good, lumbering towards Ellie and Joel with its arms out, coming at them. So he doesn't come with much, but he's a Clicker. Here's the portrait for Ellie. You get 2 of them. So this is the more kind of natural, neutral, normal one. There's a lot of N-words there. Here is her skin texture. Looks pretty good. The eyes look good. The hair looks good. Little chapped lips there, all dry from being out in the elements, fighting off Clickers. It is the more aggressive sculpt, the second head. Got a bit of a blood spray effect on there. I'd prefer that to be a little bit more prominent, like it was in the artwork. Not too bad. The collar on her shirt looks nicely done there, nicely stitched. Teeth, any figure that shows teeth, it makes me think of like the Hot Toys stuff where they just really need to work on that, but maybe this will be better. Here's a picture of all 3 separate versions. So yeah, Clicker, Joel and Ellie. So I know that there have been some 1/6 scale Last of Us Part 1 figures. Maybe a couple of third party companies made those. Never seen them in person, but they always look good to me. Ellie's sneakers there, the Converse, look really, really well done. That's very cool. Are they sculpted laces, or are they going to be actual separate laces? They look separate there, but it could just be the distance of the photograph. But she looks good, man. The tattoo on her arm as well, nicely done. The subtle kind of weathering on her shirt and vest there, you can see it looks kind of dirty. Her bow and arrow reminds me, making me think of Entebbe quarter scale Rambo 3 figure that I used to own, that he came with a bow and arrow that actually fired. It was quarter scale bow and arrow that actually functioned. I wonder if Ellie's here does too. Maybe. We'll see. If I ever lost you. Poor old Joel. Yeah, I liked the game, man. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I experienced that game the way you're supposed to experience something like that. Something like that in Red Dead 2. You're not supposed to play it in a room full of people shouting over each other and leaving the room and throwing your controller across the room when things don't go the way you want them to. Angry Joe. I really experienced it the way I'm sure art like this is intended to be experienced, and I really got sucked into the world and experienced it. Oh, hang on a minute. Look at her elbow there. Does that look like a seamless body? That looks like a Firesin kind of arm. What's going on here? Hang on a minute. I need to get a closer look at these elbows. But you need to experience a game like this. I'm sorry, but the Angry Joe videos, as usual, piss me off. They just, you know, there's like 3 of them in a room shouting over all the dialogue in the game because they're talking to each other. Angry Joe's throwing his controller up in the air to be dramatic because he knows he'll get views, leaving the room because Joel's dead. Duh. Of course he's friggin' dead. Did you see the artwork for the game like 2 years leading up to its release? Why do you think Ellie looks so pissed off in all the posters? Covered in blood, screaming. Jesus. Yeah, what's going on with her elbows? I really need to know. I know I can see the wrist peg where the hand connects, but I need to get a good look at her elbow situation. Is it a seamless kind of arm? Because that would worry me. Any kind of seamless arm, especially with a third party company, I would worry about that. But there's a beautiful shot of the guitar there. Taylor guitars. All the guitars in the game were made by Taylor. Here's Joel. If I ever lost you. That's an amazing head sculpt though. That looks really good. Very nice. Lovely wrinkles and just the real age, the pain on his face. Clothing looks spectacular. That's a really good picture though, man. I mean, he only comes with 1 head, but it's a damn fine one. It's clothing. I mean, you can weather that up a little bit more yourself. That's the fun part of all this stuff. You can, you know, do a bit of weathering. The clicker, we got some pictures of him coming up towards the end of the video, and then right at the end we've got a picture of a list of everything that each figure comes with, so you can pause that and have a real good peruse, see what's going on there. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting at least Joel and Ellie. I probably wouldn't bother with the clicker, although if I had more space and a bit more money, sure, why not? But you know, I would be tempted by Ellie and Joel. But I would be more tempted by one of the older releases by a different company where they did the original Ellie and Joel. I don't know, I'm going to start thinking about maybe looking into picking up some versions of these guys in the future, because and I want to replay part 1 again. I haven't played part 1 in a long time. I watched a video recap before part 2 came out, but I want to replay it again. But yeah, Joel looks good, Ellie looks good, the clicker looks good. It looks like a solid couple of releases coming up here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Good to hear from you. Always intrigued to know what you're thinking when it comes to these big announcements from these, well, it's a third-party company. Don't know why Cctoys won't do this, or maybe they will at some point. There he is, sitting in his chair. Ah, that was his bedroom. Look at all his guitars. That was a nice moment in the game. Going into Joel's place, checking out all this stuff, being nosy. But the guitar does look good. I think for some reason we've got the same image appearing for extra long. We have to have an extra long look at Joel sitting in this chair for some reason. So apologies for the lack of live stream videos lately, guys. I will do probably another one this Sunday coming. It's like a week away now, but I'll get you one of those soon. Here is the clicker. Now there's the bloater in the background, and remember that huge kind of big boss one that thank God you can just run away from. Oh man, yeah, I tried fighting him, but then I just legged it in the end. Some of the bosses, it seems you can just run away if you find the route, or if you fight him enough, someone comes along and sort of gives you a way out. So yeah, the clicker looks good. These things are disgusting, man. I mean, that head sculpt, it's gross. It's really gross. It's a clicker Seattle version, 1/6 scale collectible figure. So the Last Survivor, as they're calling it, part 2. Yep, definitely tempted. I'll see what I can do, folks. Maybe I'll try and get my hands on some of these, do some reviews. Certainly would be entertaining. And yeah, I will try and get back to The Last of Us Part 2 and do the New Game Plus playthrough on like the hardest difficulty to see how much of a challenge that is. But yeah, I loved the game, man. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I know it's very dark and kind of depressing, obviously, but a world like this, that's the kind of thing you're dealing with. So didn't surprise me. I saw the artwork for the game leading up to its release. I could tell that what was coming, so it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, folks, here comes that list of everything that these figures are going to come with. You can check that list out, peruse it. Ellie comes with a lot of stuff. Joel in second place there, and the clicker with not much, but just enough. Alright guys, take it easy. See you soon. Bye bye.